It's time for the Mohney Show. High atop the third story of the historic Gibson House overlooking beautiful downtown Centralia. The star of the show, Steve Mohney.
Yes. Welcome to the really summer hot edition of the Mohney Show. Paul?
Red hot.
Red hot.
Wow.
Smoking.
It is, you cannot complain about the
No.
lack of sun and heat.
No, there's, I think, I hate to say it because, I love the sun and I love the heat, but man, this has been something else. Our little
Been very
mini
warm, yeah.
heat wave.
Yes.
Here. So at your house, do you have the air conditioning cranked up? Or?
Yes, we have a couple of air conditioners, and
Okay.
and then we shut the back door that goes to the upstairs.
Yep.
And then when you walk out there,
Whoosh.
it is just, in the heat of the day, it's actually cooler to leave the back door open than to continue to trap that inside there. So, yeah.
There's a lot of tricks I've
rough.
found with eliminating, the heat, like, the drapes, the blinds, pull those down. You're living like a hermit in your house.
Yeah, I got to have the front window or curtains open. I got to be able to see outside. That drives me
Well,
nuts.
you're the president of the neighborhood watch, right?
Well, I have self-appointed president.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
And the other thing, folks, he doesn't want anybody messing with his flowers. You got a lot of stuff planted out.
We get out,
Hey,
watering
we need a picture
every
of that sometime.
Yeah.
It's very
probably.
nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice. A lot of stuff on the agenda today. We're going to talk about. And by the way, welcome to our producer today. She's got a long name, man.
Yes.
It's Bree Gouda Munster.
Yes. Cheese, baby.
Cheese.
Cheese in honor of Toledo Cheese Days.
Right.
So Bree.
Yes. And that brie is like the cheese you dip
Gouda.
crackers in, right?
Yeah.
It's like the little triangle square you open. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm pretty
worthy
sure
of this
that's
name.
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I love Gouda. Oh man, Gouda's good. Munster's a little full flavored, almost kind of stinky, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not very adventurous.
Paul has Kraft slices.
Oh, I have those.
I know.
Yeah. Both
I'm
kinds.
not knocking it.
Both kinds.
Yeah, what kind?
Well, they have the deli kind. That's the upgraded American cheese. So I have a package of that,
That's good stuff.
and then I have a package of the regular,
Okay.
Kraft singles, and a small cube of Velveeta.
You got to get the big.
You can see how much of a cheese connoisseur.
Yeah,
Ours
you're
is
really.
only the best.
If
in
it's
your
processed,
But
it's in Paul's
yes,
fridge.
but then we also have the big chunk of Tillamook cheddar.
Oh, okay.
Always.
Well, we're going to talk cheese here in a couple of minutes.
You know what I like to do is I
Huh.
like to take a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
You get the meltiness of the American cheese,
Right.
And then I put a layer of the Tillamook cheddar
Okay.
in with it,
Yeah.
and then you kind of get both.
You ever kind of burn the cheese around the grilled cheese sandwich? Kind of, you put the top
No,
on,
if I did that,
float.
when you just make the old cheese toast, you broil it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then you get the burn on that. That's good.
Yeah. Speaking of
Yeah,
the toaster,
I
we
like
used to put we'd put butter on bread, put it in the toaster, and my mom would go nuts.
Well, she should.
Why?
You don't butter it before you toast it.
Man, it was really good that way. It was
You
like,
do it in a
was
broiler,
like
but not in
garlic
a
bread.
toaster.
Yeah, it made a huge mess.
Yes, I'm sure it did.
It was pretty good. Okay, so we've got a ton of things to talk about today on the Mohney Show. Again, we're going to talk about Toledo Cheese Days, man. Big cheeses down there. And we are going to talk about last Friday, so we're at Wednesday today. We lost one of our great coaches, teachers, mentors, really a Washington treasure.
Yeah.
And that's where Paul comes in. I'm talking about Ron Brown, of course, from CHS. And, what can I say?
He set a standard in basketball coaching and all of coaching.
Yes, he did.
That is going to be very, very difficult.
Well, he
to
set a
beat.
standard with integrity,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the numbers of it all. And we have a story up right now on EliSportsNetwork.com. And the piece that I wrote is relatively short and just mostly informative, but we had a chance. A couple of things in the story I think that are going to be memorable is, number one, I found the 1981 full basketball game, championship game where they beat Timberline, and that was the year of Detlef Schrempf.
Yep.
Tim Brown and that whole crew. That's actually on YouTube, but we have the link for you up. You can watch that entire game.
Fantastic.
Took some still shots of the after, the celebration. Not the greatest quality because it wasn't a great video quality to begin with.
Right.
But then, so we have that up there. And then I have an interview with a gentleman named Pat Fitterer. Pat is a basketball coach. Ron is the number 3 all-time winningest basketball coach with 722 wins.
Wow.
Pat is number 2 at 728.
Okay.
And then the king is Ed Pepple, who actually coached at Mark Morris, and I want to say like Fife or something like that, but then most of it at Mercer Island, where he has 928 or 22 wins, or I can't remember, but just an incredible. He won 75% of his games.
Man.
However, again, he did it at 3 different high schools. Pat did it at 5 different high schools.
Ron did it at
1. The only one that I know of, there's a couple that have have a long streak in one school, but no one as long as him. Ron is number 1 in numbers of games coached. So in fact, I start my piece with numbers.
Right.
And we go from 1 to 12,000 or 1,263. And that's how many games he coached in his career. 1,263 games, more than anyone. 2 state championships, 9 additional state trophies. Got a little music coming in somewhere.
Yeah,
huh?
sorry about that.
Yeah. 9 additional state trophies. Multiple other state, they got to state, but didn't
Exactly,
trophy as
yeah.
well. I talked with Mark Roberts, former player, former longtime baseball coached with Coach Brown as well. Talked with Chris Fast, who a former player, and he and his brother have several of the Subway shops around the area as well. Talked with Alex Alderson and Randy Garland, who's been a longtime scorekeeper. So we have those. Also have an opportunity for folks that might want to drop in a memory or whatever. They can email it to me, and then I'll just add it. We'll just add it. This is a community blog here, so people that have memories and thoughts and talking to others. We've got several others that didn't get something in. Detlef Schrempf actually responded and said he's going to try and get us something. I'm not sure what his schedule is and things like that. So he talked to his son, Tim. They do have a public service scheduled. That is going to be Saturday, July 27th, 1 o'clock at the high school on Ron Brown Court.
Yeah. Is there going to be enough room?
No, probably not.
Right.
But they can't do it at Tiger Stadium because Tiger Stadium is all torn up right now. They're putting in new turf. Okay. So that's the reason that they can't go there. So and it's more, you know what, Jam, it's got to be on Ron Brown Court.
Yeah,
anyway.
absolutely.
That's where it needs to be. So that will be a public service as well. That'll be open. And so we'll have more details on that. But Live to be 90. Mark Roberts was telling me a story, how sharp he was, and he never lost his mental acuity. He was razor sharp, and he had that dry wit and humor where you just sneak up on you. Yeah. You'd be talking to him, and he'd say something, and you go, "Oh, okay," geez, right. He'd just catch you off guard, and just an amazing man. I don't know how many games I called back in my radio days to and all the way back to when I started in Olympia, and then I was down here, of course, and then into Eli. And he would always be out watching the JV game. So I'd go over and get his starters or whatever, and we would talk at least through the first half of the JV game. And you know what? Most of the times it had nothing to do with basketball.
Really?
And a lot of times nothing to do with sports. He could talk to you about anything.
Yeah.
And he would. He'd just bring it up, and you start talking. You just in a conversation, all of a sudden, number 0 he's famous for.
Yeah. I was just going to ask you about that.
0 technical fouls.
That's
in
amazing.
His amazing career. He did tell me. I did say I actually called him out on this. Late. This had to be 2015, and he retired in 2017. And I said, Coach, I noticed you're not quite as calm and quiet all the time on the bench. And he started laughing. He goes, yeah, every official knows my streak. And so I think I can push him a little more. Who really wants to be the one to ring me up? So he kind of took advantage of that. And why not? And he knew it. And there's no way, if you're an official, Ron, I don't care what you do. I am not going to call a technical one.
No.
You could throw a chair at me and I'd say, good aim.
Yeah, you don't want the mob.
No. Just not going to happen. And so the only chance would have been going to a district or a playoff game.
Yeah, where an
official that had no idea.
Right.
Somehow didn't know, they were from, Spokane, really not up on that. And maybe a newer official had no clue. And that's where he goes, well, that's when I'm a little more careful. So.
Yeah, I can just see this right now. One of the older officials. Do you know what you just did?
Yeah. And then,
I didn't know.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's the culture. Everyone I talked to was talking about the team, the culture. And Mark, going back to Mark Roberts, his story was, wasn't too long ago, a month and a half ago, he was over at Ron's house, and he'd have these traditional fireside chats.
Nice.
So the old little campfire going and sitting around and talking. And he said he pulled out this picture. He was the head baseball coach at Centralia.
He told me that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. That was long. This was like back in the 60s. He pulled out this picture and he named every single player.
Wow.
First and last name, their position. He was a lefty. He was, he could pull the ball, but he had a hard time, he'd strike out. But when he hit, he knew, he remembered everything about him, including what they did after high school.
That's amazing.
And he just went, and that's what.
But it shows the interest level of him.
Well,
in the players.
It also shows the culture that he created, which was, culture is kind of an umbrella word. He really wanted to create a family style. And I heard from tons of players that said, you know what? I was having a hard time. This is 10 years after I played for Coach Brown, and I get a phone call from him.
Really?
Because he'd hear about it. Right. So he'd check in on him.
Yeah.
And then he'd continue to check in on you. And that's just the type, and this is why these guys are so loyal to him, and why it stings so much for so many.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
and their condolences to the entire family. I graduated with Timmy.
Yeah,
and David was in class of '82. Didn't know the girls all that well, but just condolences to the big family.
Yeah,
because it's a huge family, and I can't even imagine ever thinking of anybody else in that program.
Yeah.
At CHS. I mean, it was just, I don't know. I mean, when I was in high school, maybe we took it for granted.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely. Well, I went to a high school, had a similar coach in Coach Otten. And when I'm talking to these players, I am totally relating.
Yes.
How close. And then I got to thinking, Sid Otten is the winningest coach in state football history, still is. He has 396 football wins. Ron has
Man.
722, third most coached, and they're 20 miles apart.
Yeah.
You know, how fortunate we as an area to have two
Yes.
monster coaches like these guys here, and that was it. I mean, you know, for years, you know, it's Ron Brown, and you know what he's going to do. He's not going to come out and try and fool you. You know what he's going to do, and come beat me. And you know, it was very difficult to do.
You know, I had no idea as I've read different stuff about Ron, but from Chicago.
Yeah,
I
had no idea.
Yeah, the parents moved from his parents moved from Chicago to, you know, out here in the West, and just, I mean, really a remarkable story.
Yep, absolutely. It's a great story, and it's sad times, but at the same time, man, there's a lot to celebrate.
There's a lot to celebrate, and you know, 90 years, that's a hell of a good life.
Yep.
I remember Ron when I was in about, I don't know, maybe 6th grade, 7th grade. I mean, I obviously was years away from going to high school, but my dad played slow pitch. Like, he must have been about 38 or 40 or something like that. And I don't know if Ron was the coach or if Ron, it seems like he played, and maybe he was the coach too.
Probably the player coach.
Something like that. But yeah, they had a ball. I mean, and they knew each other from way back, but I would sit and watch those guys play. And I mean, for, you know, guys in their 30s, man, they were powerhouses out there. So that was one of my memories of Ron. It's weird to call him Ron because, I mean, I never called him Ron. It was Mr. Brown. So there we go. Yeah.
Well, do you think I call Coach Otten Sid?
No,
Coach to this day.
Well, it's like Mr. Gilmore.
Yeah.
You know, who was,
yeah,
you know, sorry, Tim Gilmore. But obviously, Mr. Gilmore had a huge time with Mr. Brown as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it's going to be quite the gathering.
Yeah,
again,
it is.
When is the
July 27th, the Saturday, 1:00 at on Ron Brown? They said Centralia High School, but it's obviously going to be in the gym, and that is Ron Brown Court.
And if folks have you know, a memory, or they want to talk about it a little bit, we've got a public forum set up as well, right?
Yeah. Take a look at the story. It's up today, and there's an email that you can email me your thoughts, and I'll add them to the story.
Very good. Thank you, Paul. Again, let's celebrate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man,
he would want that.
He would want that, and how lucky we are. I just remember the truck.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought that was so cool. And then the truck got restored.
Yeah.
You know, that orange and black truck, and what a legend.
Yeah.
So
maybe they should pull that into the commons and get rid of the old stuffed tiger that looks like it's seen its better days.
The tiger. A complete show on the tiger. No, I'm just joking. You know, the last time I was in there, I took the tour of the high school, you know, after all the renovation that's taken place.
Right.
And I could swear that I could smell just a teeny bit of the tiger.
Yeah. It's probably a little foul there, isn't it? You would think.
He's locked in that case, and he's got a special air conditioner in there.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Anyway, when we come back, we're going to talk about Toledo Cheese Days. Paul, thank you.
Yeah.
For just, you know, your insight here. And I'd like to say this too.
It's a sliver of insight
it is.
On this man too.
It
by
is.
the way,
And
it just really is.
And everybody has such great memories, and just obviously, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like I said before, let's celebrate.
Yep,
so.
Absolutely.
Anyway, the Mohney Show coming back with Toledo Cheese Days, and I've got a special contest.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. You're going down, my friend.
Okay, let's do it then.
Back after this on the Mohney Show. Summer driving is here, and it's time to hit the open road and explore. Get the tires you need and save money with the Summer USA promotion from Cooper Tires and available right now at Point S Centralia OK Tire. Get up to a $100 rebate on Cobra Instinct, Discover Road and Trail ATV, or the Discover Rugged Treks with the purchase of 4 qualifying tires. See Centralia OK Tire for Cooper rebate details. Point S Centralia OK Tire also gives you peace of mind with a warranty good at over 200 locations. The Cooper Tire Summer USA promotion is on right now at Point S Centralia OK Tire on Harrison Avenue in Centralia. Welcome back to the Mohney Show. And again, Paul, thank you very much for all the kind words and all the information about Ron Brown as well.
Well, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
So we're moving on here. I've got a special contest. I don't know if you're going to like this or not. This just came to me, and I thought this might be kind of fun. So we're going to set the clock, the stopwatch, at 15 seconds. Okay, so here's what we're doing here. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so he's ready.
Mohney contest. Mohney contest. What do I win if I win?
You don't win anything.
Well, I have no motivation.
Okay, all right. Let's see.
Just tell me a special prize,
you're
right?
You're going to win some. You're going to win a beverage of your choice. Okay. I don't know. What do you want to win?
Tickets to something.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do. If you win today, you're going to win tickets to go see Jeff Lynne's Electric Light Orchestra.
Okay, I'm on it.
You on that?
I'm on it.
And this totally has something to do with that as well.
Okay, good.
Okay. So for 15 seconds, and when I say go, you need to write down as many 1970s songs as you can in 15 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. So when I say I'm going to count backwards from 3.
Okay.
And then Brie Gouda Munster. That's a celebration of cheese days. That's her name today. Brie Gouda Munster. She'll start the stopwatch.
All right. 70s tunes, right?
70s. They got to all be 70s tunes.
Gotcha.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Paul's got 15 seconds here to write down as many as he can. You better just do it like shorthand or whatever. Code. Okay, so when Paul gets done, then I have to do the same thing.
Time. That was it.
I was in the middle of the last one there.
Okay.
So
it's 15 seconds.
That's not very long. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Because
Okay.
it took me 15 seconds to write.
No, I know.
That
Okay.
long time,
Maybe we should.
No, hey,
is that
you
okay?
call it? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me grab a piece of paper here.
And then we'll have a vote on which songs are better.
Yes, we will. Okay. I got my glasses on. I'm ready. And you want to give me a 3, 2, 1?
3, 2, 1, go. Time.
1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5.
Yeah. Now we'll see who did a better job at it because I'm pretty sure that someone disused one artist.
Oh, I can't do the same artist.
I did not duplicate artists. No, too late. Let's see what we got here.
No, I mean,
let's see what we got.
I should have laid out the ground rules.
Do this.
You're absolutely right.
This is why I'm calling you on.
Yeah, you are exactly right. Okay, go ahead.
Well, we have to start off with the best song ever.
I wrote that one down too.
I didn't write that one down.
Oh, you didn't write that one down?
No.
Oh,
no.
I don't know. Out of all those songs, I mean, how could I not get more?
I started off with the Candyman.
Oh.
Sammy Davis Jr. Candyman. Then the quintessential, if you had to pick one song that best enveloped the entire 70s. It is this weird little song called
Brandy.
Sky High by Jigsaw.
Oh my Oh man, really?
The sound of the 70s. It's not only disco, but it's also pre-disco with
Don't it all sky high.
It's a horrible song, and I absolutely love it.
No, it's not a horrible song at all.
It is. And then this is
without a reason why.
This one cost me. I don't know what I was trying to think of Peace of Mind by
Boston.
Boston.
Yeah.
But I started writing, so it went into Peaceful Easy Feeling, which took too long to write.
Yeah.
So I'm mad that I used that one.
You should have just put peaceful. You don't have to write the whole thing out.
And then my last one that I was getting in was Sir Duke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Stevie Wonder.
So, and I didn't get in, of course, Alan O'Day, Undercover Angel. I didn't get in Starland Vocal Band. I didn't get in, any of the Bee Gees. You could have just sit there and written Bee Gees songs.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, you just called me out on this because I don't know what I was thinking. I wrote down two of the same artist.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't think, looking at my rules that were in my little head there.
What'd you come up with?
My little imaginary
Let's
rules.
see what you came up with.
Okay, so my first song it rivals Jigsaw, and it came out just about the same time. Convoy.
Oh yes, yes. That was just a
Convoy.
That was just a Jeopardy.
Was it?
That was just a Jeopardy question the other night.
Yeah. So who did Convoy?
C.W. McCall.
There we go.
Yeah.
It was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June at Kenworth hauling logs.
I said, everyone thinks that the Sugarland gang or whatever started rap. It was actually C.W. McCall who started rap. Yeah. So
cab over Pete with a reefer on and a Jimmy hauling hogs. Okay, so Convoy was my first song. What was your comment about Convoy?
Well, I was just gonna say, my other alter ego last name is Voy. And so anytime we go anywhere with the family, it's a convoy.
Convoy is one of those songs that I used to play for the kids when they were really little. They were like, I don't know, 5 and down to 0 with Matthew. And they'd run around the living room, dancing around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first one was Convoy. Next one was Silly Love Songs by McCartney.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I cheated. But I didn't know I was cheating at the time. And the next one was Jet.
Yeah, which is a good one to write in this contest because it's only 3 letters.
I know. And I was
Convoy, Jet, Brandy would have been. Yeah, did you get Brandy?
Well, no, I didn't get Brandy. And you're exactly right. But I should have explained some rules before we actually did this contest because you don't have to write you don't have to write the artist and you don't have to write the whole thing. So you could have wrote Peaceful. And that would have been, Peaceful Easy. So my next one was Undercover Angel.
I missed that one.
Yeah. Summertime 1977. In fact, it was just days ago that it was the anniversary of that song being released.
Oh, really?
And going straight to number 1.
Oh, yeah. It flew up the charts.
Yeah, it was a monster.
Yeah.
And this is the tail end of the 1970s, 1979, My Sharona.
My Sharona.
Oh, my little pretty one.
Yep. My Sharona.
When are you going to give me some time, Sharona? Yeah. So I had Convoy, Silly Love Songs, Jet. I cheated there because those are both McCartney. Undercover Angel and My Sharona. You had?
I had Candyman by Sammy Davis Jr.
We love Sammy.
Yeah. You know what?
Candyman.
By the way, do you know what Sammy Davis Jr. thought of the song Candyman?
No, I have no idea.
Absolutely despised and hated it.
Really?
He hated having to sing that.
But they made him do it.
He did it. He didn't think it would be a big hit.
Yep, it always happens
Ends up being his only number 1 hit. And then, of course, now he has to sing it in every concert that he does and hated it.
Well, the good news is he doesn't have to sing it anymore.
No, how do you know?
Well, maybe he's now that's
there might be. Hey, you want to come through the gates? You're going to have to sing Candyman.
I was going to say he's standing there with Janis Joplin and Jim Morrison. They're like, you know what? Candyman, excuse me.
It was easy money. I was there going nowhere.
Exactly. You know what? I didn't want to do it, There's a lot of those songs that are suggested to artists, and they say, "There's no way in hell I'm doing this," and then it's their biggest hit.
I was just reading that. In fact, this morning I was just reading this. Mamas and the Papas.
Yeah.
Mama Cass, Michelle Phillips, and not John Phillips. Who was the other one?
Yeah, John Phillips.
No, him, but who's the other one?
Denny Doherty.
Denny.
Denny.
Those three hated this song.
Oh, Monday, Monday.
Yes. Hated it.
Yeah, Michelle teased
They didn't want to do it. They
Yeah.
didn't. They thought, and then they said it hurt John Phillips's feelings. He says this is a good song. He says this is not my best song ever, but it's a good song. What are you guys talking about?
Well, Michelle, he was with Michelle Phillips at that time,
Yes.
obviously, and she's like, "This is a stinker."
Yes. And so they let Lou Adler, their manager, decide. He
Yeah.
goes, "This is a hit. I don't know what you guys are talking."
Right.
He goes, "I'm going to release it. It's going
Yeah.
to be your next single." It goes to #1.
Oh yeah.
And then, now we got to sing this thing.
You know, it's really interesting because Lou Adler was the president and the whole man behind Dunhill Records, and they're down there at Western Sound Recorders in Los Angeles, and they would do those songs, you know, for like Grassroots and the Mamas and the Papas and all those bands like that, you know, Jan and Dean, and then Lou would just take them across the street or down the road a little bit to KHJ, big huge powerhouse radio station in Los Angeles. He'd walk in the door, and there was it Drake or Chenault? One of those guys was the PD over there, and so you'd take him in there here, and he'd go, "I'm not playing this pile of crap," and I think one of them was. The Eve of Destruction, Barry McGuire.
Barry McGuire, yeah.
So they weren't even gonna. They weren't close to releasing that because they just had Barry sing it, but somebody else was going to sing it, and somehow those guys got a hold of it over there. They had. Oh, I know what it was. They had KHJ play the song, and everyone loved it, but it was supposed to be re-recorded because there was a bunch of mistakes in there.
I know the Turtles actually did that. Did a version of
Yes.
that. So maybe it was them that was supposed to come back and do it or something. Yeah.
There's all kinds of those little stories, but pretty handy to have, a 50,000 watt powerhouse across the street. Hey, can you guys play this song? Yeah. So, okay.
The other guy who hates his biggest song is, of course,
Elton.
Well, he didn't like.
He hates Crocodile Rock.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's okay, Elton. You're off the hook now.
Hey, I don't blame him for that.
Yeah.
Not my favorite Elton song either. But Mellencamp hates Jack and Diane.
Hey, Mellencamp hates everything.
Well, he does, but this one just. So what he did it. He does it smartly because Tony and I did see him.
Yeah.
After he got done chewing out some people in the front row,
which was not the first or. It will not be the last.
I loved it.
You know what? Don't provoke him if you go.
Yeah. So he does Jack and Diane, kind of like what Elliot Lurie did when we had him at Music in the Park in Brandy.
Right.
He says, I'm going to sing it how I wrote it and how I really think it should sound. And so he sends his band off. He does a solo acoustic version of Jack and Diane, and it's
great.
And it's great. And I think he's okay with that version. Right. He didn't like the commercialization of that song. Yeah. And he thinks it gets lost. Well, in that. So, that's an artist.
They really bamboozled.
But he didn't, he didn't send any of the checks back.
No.
So
no,
let's be clear about that.
It was when he was, when he broke in,
John Cougar.
They went to sign the contracts. He's like, what is this?
Yep.
Cougar.
Yep. And I think he's been mad at himself for giving in.
How can you be mad? I mean, you
because
had to do
Mellencamp.
That's true. John, if you're watching this, I don't want any trouble.
No. Hey, I appreciate you chewing out the crowd.
I appreciate everything you do. Believe me.
The only thing that bothered me is you didn't look up far enough because the people behind me were bugging me in that stupid Paramount. I can only sit in the back row, the very top back row.
Yeah.
Because there's literally.
Oh yeah.
I can't. My knees are in the back of the person sitting in front of me in those terrible seats.
That's the thing.
And so I can't go to the Paramount. I just can't.
Can you do me a favor right now?
Sure.
Okay. Would you grab that pin on what makes us mad? And would you write down the fact that I've got to buy a ticket and walk around on the floor at all these concerts because they make the seating for a 9-year-old. I mean, the last time I was comfortable in the Paramount Theater, I was 14. I saw Beatlemania there. That's it. I mean, It's like getting on an airline, Paul.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. And again, the reason that I sit in the very back row is because there's a landing behind it. And I don't sit. I stand up. I can get up and stand up on the landing.
And of course, I know somebody's going to say, well, look at the size of you guys. Hey, it's not that. It's from here to here.
Yeah.
And my knees are hitting the front.
Yes.
Whew, boy, I'm exhausted after that.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah. I just put Paramount seating.
Yeah, no, we've got that. That's pretty good. The magnet's on the other side.
Is it?
Yeah, it's right there.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I got it. Okay.
Okay, so
Makes us mad.
we're going to do this.
By the way, I found this interesting that the prize was a pair of tickets to ELO, and neither one of us wrote one ELO song down.
We couldn't seem to think of anything from Electric Light Orchestra, Telephone Line, or
Sweet Talking Woman,
Sweet Talking Woman, Turn to Stone,
Mr. Blue Sky.
Yeah.
We couldn't think of any of those.
But by the way, good news. You already bought the tickets to go see Electric Light Orchestra.
I did. You're coming with me.
So
yeah.
You did win a prize.
There's 4 of us.
I know.
We're heading down. That's
that?
August 30th, I think.
Stand by. Boy, it's getting
something
closer
like
now.
that. Yeah. I think it's the 30th. Yeah, it's the
Oh, man,
August 30th.
Friday.
Oh, yeah.
That's a horrible song.
I love it.
Well, I like it, but man, Lennon.
I know.
John hated that song. Okay, well, we rattled on for a long time about our music here, and so we're gonna take a break here in a second, and then we're gonna head down to Toledo and talk with folks about cheese taste. But while we're at it, while we're talking about the music in the park, and it is getting close, Paul. So,
the 19th.
Yeah, so the 19th. So right now we are at the 10th. We tape on Wednesdays here, and so right there.
Yep. So
it's a really big show.
Really big show. We're going to start off with Kalimba,
the
spirit of Earth, Wind, and Fire. And
how many members are in the band?
Well, last time they were here 2 years ago. There were 9. 3. They have a horn section, the whole thing.
So the horn section stands out on the street, don't they?
Hey, they fit. I don't know. They got them all on that stage. And so it worked.
Randy Linder does amazing things.
Randy Linder's our technical advisor. Yes. And he also always does at least one open or something.
And a shout out to Herman. He'll be our sound guy.
I believe so. Yeah.
Nice
Pacific
job,
Sound and Stage will help us out as always. And then on the 26th, it's the big show.
I can't wait for this one.
The Beatles versus the Stones.
Not that I don't want to see all of them, but
we should see your friend. Laura Lee will be there for
absolutely.
Yeah.
Laura
will, right?
Oh yeah. Laura will. He'll be there.
Laura will be there.
Yeah, and Laura Lee will be there too.
Yeah. Laura Lee and Laura will.
John L. Scott and
Laura Will came up to me after that show. Where'd you get these guys? Wow, that's the best show ever. So I expect Laura will be there. So
yeah, it's going to be so much fun. Nice weather. Bring your chairs.
And then August 2nd, we'll wrap it up with Gretchen Peters. And that's going to be a fantastic show.
It's a shame. I think I told you when you booked Gretchen. We will talk to Gretchen on the Mohney show. We'll do an interview with her and ask her all kinds of different questions because she's wrote so much music.
Yes.
I mean,
she's in the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
She's written for a ton of different country artists. She wrote Independence Day for Martina McBride. She wrote The Secret of Life for Faith Hill. She wrote Chill of an Early Fall, I think, for George Strait.
Yeah.
Wrote for just a ton of
Bryan Adams, right?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say she wrote for all these country artists.
Yeah.
And then she has this unique relationship with Bryan Adams, and she's written, I think, at least 25 songs with him. Including, I think one that was a movie theme song got an Academy Award nomination. So this lady
she's something else.
She's something else, and she doesn't tour anymore.
So how did you get her?
Well, you always ask.
Yeah.
And oddly, her son lives in Olympia.
Okay.
And she goes, yes, we definitely will do this. This is a great reason to get out to see him. And I think she'll probably bounce up to Vancouver to visit Bryan Adams. She's good friends with him. And so she likes this area of the country, and it just worked out for her. So
you did all this.
It was an accident.
I don't think I ever asked you about that because I know she wasn't really, actively, scheduling dates and stuff like that. It's not like it was a routing date because, the Stones and the Beatles,
that's a routing date.
That's a routing date. So you can go up and see them. Which casino is it? You can pay big money or you can see them for free.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know they're in Bend before then,
Yeah,
and then I don't know what their schedule is at this point.
Up north after that, I saw them advertising for those guys. Yeah,
Okay.
so they pull the bus in and get off, and
do the show.
Jagger pops out and starts strutting around, and
and
gets in a fist fight with John Lennon. And no, I'm just joking.
And Bree, we do have we have.
We got footage.
We go up to Shayla's Music in the Park on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Go to Shayla's Music in the Park on Facebook, and we've got some promo videos up too. Right?
We have promo videos, and do you want me to mention the other bonus stuff we got going on this year?
Sure.
Absolutely.
So, this year serving deluxe hamburgers, I hear, hot dogs,
Ooh.
and some other really good stuff. We will have Chehalis Rotary and Twin Cities Rotary.
All right.
They will be serving that out the back of the Virgil R. Lee building.
Yep.
Which worked great last year.
Yep, it did.
I believe we will have Mr. and Mrs. Wonderful's Fair Foods at the Kalimba show.
They'll be at the first one, and then they're going to probably pop us some kettle corn and stuff for the second two shows. So they won't be here, but we'll have some of their stuff.
Yeah, they're busy this time of the year, obviously.
Caramel corn and that rainbow
popcorn,
popcorn, I think,
and then they
too.
do, I think, a lemonade.
They had lemonade, and they had some other stuff like that. So very nice compliments to what's going on there.
Well, this is perfect because, don't even think about dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, you just come to get to the park there and have
Come
dinner.
Have dinner. Let Rotary serve you. Rotary is doing a ton of really awesome stuff in our community. They support some great causes. So if you have dinner there, it's a great way to give back. Huge community festival of things. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. I can't wait. But I will say one thing.
I believe, by the way, because it was my mistake, and on August 2nd, I believe Kona Ice will be there.
Oh, good.
And they just couldn't make the other two because I didn't get back to them in time.
I just had their stuff. And
yeah.
It was, they fixed me up a sugar-free one.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Oh, man, it was great. It was
one
of those hot days. So, I won't be there on the 2nd of August.
Huh?
I'm doing what you were doing last year.
What's that?
I'm going to my class reunion.
Oh, okay. Well, bring them.
Yeah. Well, that's
should have made that a reunion event.
That's true. I think they're out of Dick's.
Well, you can make it after that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll try. I'm just saying that it's a big deal. It's like, man, I've never seen Paul rather have more fun than his reunion last June.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a great time.
Well, and Steve was there to DJ for us, thankfully, and
it was a good time. CHS, Centralia High School class of 1984, and things get
40 years.
Yeah, boy. Somebody posted a while back. I'm not sure if I want to come, because I don't have any hair, and I'm this and I'm that. And it's like, hey, you know what? Look at these bags.
No one looks. I'll tell you though.
That's the thing.
And you saw our class.
Oh yeah, you guys had a good looking class.
Well, the ladies.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I said, "Hey guys, look at the ladies." I said, "We're a bunch of train wrecks here. We look awful." I mean, they look fantastic.
You know what? Nobody. I mean, come on, man. It is what it is, and younger people. Oh my God! I'll tell you what. 20 years, pal.
It comes fast.
It comes really fast. It was like, oh, everything was fine, and now I got the bags under my eyes.
Bags, no hair. Yeah, just all beat up looking.
Packing around some. What's that? Well, I had an ounce of potato chips and I gained 17 pounds in 1 hour. What in the hell's going on here? I can't even do anything anymore. I eat half as much as I used to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as long as we're on the subject of being fat. Anyway, that's where I'll be.
Well, yeah. Okay.
And with talking about that, I'll be drinking plenty of Julie's beer out there.
Oh, well, good.
Out
that should slim you down.
Oh, it'll slim me down. Hey, we've got street dance information. We've got cheese. We're going to go through a whole bunch of different cheeses.
A lot of cheeses.
A lot of cheese. I feel bound up too. I just saw it. Uncle Buck.
Let's just get to the break. We need to get to cheese days at this point.
Can you imagine if I was doing something for like NBC? The producer would be, shut up and go to the break. Okay.
You're lucky that Bree hasn't just tossed her coffee at you at this point.
I was going to say, you're lucky I'm not that kind of producer.
He does keep me on track. Well, he's ADD. So anyway, we're back with Toledo. We're heading back down there. We're actually heading there after the break here on the Mohney Show. At Tyler Rental, quality equipment and helpful counter pros save you costly delays. For projects big and small, Tyler has Genie man lifts and forklifts, Deere excavators, welders, and generators, plus new tools from Steel, Milwaukee, and Hilti. While you're in the store, shop for hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, and much more. Contractors and homeowners depend on Tyler Rental for selection and well-maintained equipment to avoid downtime. Tyler Rental, 153 Hamilton Road, south of Chehalis. The real estate market is changing, and John L. Scott can answer your questions with a free market analysis. If you're a homeowner, it's really important to get a current market analysis. It only takes a few minutes of your time and contains valuable information about your biggest investment. This might be the year to make a move and take advantage of this market. For your free market analysis, see Laura Lee today at John L. Scott, 900 West Main in Centralia. The Mohney Show is on location again. Coming up this weekend, man, it's July. The weather is just absolutely perfect. Well, I mean, it's a little bit hot outside, but if you like hot weather, it's going to be a great weekend. Toledo Cheese Days 2024 underway this weekend out here in Toledo. And we stopped by Market Fresh to get a couple of comments. They're having their big barbecue on Saturday. And, man, I've been to a couple of these. These are really cool. So you got baby back ribs, corn on the cob, side salad, and a roll for just $9.99. You're not going to beat that anywhere. And that, let's see here, that's from noon until 5. So plenty of chances to come on by here to Market Fresh and enjoy a really good barbecue. I mean, they've got the barbecues out. I mean, it smells so good. So stop by, check that out during Cheese Days. And the parade, that's always a great time. Starts at 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Again, great time, and the weather's going to be perfect this year. So we're going to wrap things up here at Market Fresh, kind of go around town and talk to other folks about Cheese Days, because the anticipation, the excitement builds for this coming weekend. So we'll can it right here for now, and then we'll head around town and talk to some more people. Just a couple minutes. We're back with the Mohney Show. We moseyed out of the parking lot over at Market Fresh into a nice air-conditioned Farmers Insurance office here. And with me right now is Cindy Philbrick.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Mohney Show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thanks for talking to us in your nice cool office here.
Yes, it feels good here.
So let's get to it. You volunteer, and tell us kind of how you got into this and what goes into the whole putting together Cheese Days. I mean, this is one of the bigger ones in Lewis County, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. It is a big celebration. It's a great time here in Toledo.
Yeah.
I got involved. 12, 13, 14, who knows, years ago.
Right.
It's been a while. So yeah, it's a great event. A lot of people come back that have graduated from Toledo, so it's kind of a reunion.
Kind of a reunion type
as
thing.
well. Yeah, lots of barbecues and things happening this weekend, so it's important to the town.
Big barbecue over at Market Fresh.
Yeah.
Smells really good over there when they're doing that.
It does.
Yum,
Yeah.
yum. Parade starts at 11 o'clock now. For folks that maybe want to be in the parade, we're taping this on Tuesday, so can they still get in the parade on the day of?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, they can actually go online to ToledoLionsClub.org and fill that out, send it in. You can do
The application's online, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. You can do the day of, that was fine too.
Okay.
I'm just kind of expected to be in the back if you're the day of. So if you want to get more in the middle of the parade or towards the end, you're going to want to get those. Absolutely, yeah.
What time, what's the best time? It starts at 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
What's the best time to start lining up?
Lining
And where do
up.
you line up?
Well, usually around 10:30 people are pretty lined up. So it kind of
Okay.
leaves back and forth over by the grade school. So
Okay.
it's a pretty long parade. And
Yeah, how
usually,
many entries do you think?
it depends. I mean, being a political year, we'll have more political people here. So
Right.
probably 60, 100, usually somewhere around there.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people sweating, a lot of water drinking.
It is,
You know,
yeah.
maybe some melted chocolate, that type of stuff. But it's going to
It'll
be a
be
great
fun,
time.
yeah. We do have a truck that drives around, hands out water, which is really
Oh, good.
nice before
Okay.
the parade. So we will definitely be having that again this year, just to keep people hydrated. We don't want anybody passing out or anything along the route.
So the whole cheese days, this is because Toledo, like a long time ago, I don't have all the actual dates, but I mean,
Right,
was
yeah.
it like 100 years ago or
Yeah.
something when Toledo was producing a substantial amount of cheese? Or
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And they just came together as a group to sell the cheese, you know, because the boat used to come down, the Toledo boat would come down here,
Right.
and they would pick up the cheese and take it back to
Okay.
get processed. So a bunch of wagons here, and they just had some cheese sandwiches and said, hey, this was kind of fun.
This is pretty good.
Yeah, we should do this
We
every
should do
year.
this all the time.
Yeah, so that's kind of the same way with 8 days, and a lot of the
Right.
other things are just kind of a coincidence of how things started, but that's really how it started.
Maybe everybody should get together and like have, eggs and cheese together or something.
That'd be
I
fun.
mean, that'd be all right.
Yeah, it would be fun.
That leads me to my next question: cheese sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get one?
How do you get one? Yeah, so last year we actually started giving them out during the parade.
Okay.
It was really great. The kids loved it because they got a little snack there, and the parents liked it too. So you can get one during the parade, and then after the parade, over by the church, they will hand them out afterwards. The church, they get down there. That way, yep. And then they'll hand them out any of the leftovers. So, and there's usually plenty. We usually have some left over, so everyone gets a cheese sandwich.
So that's a lot of cheese sandwiches.
It is like
Do you
500,
just
I
get a
think,
big
it
group
makes
of
them.
people to like get together and make?
And put them together, yeah. Yep. We had one lady who did the cheese sandwiches for, I don't know, 20 plus years. Yeah, and she finally had to stop doing that, but
Now,
yeah.
is this like, are they like, I mean, is this just single sliced?
It is pretty much, yeah, like some butter, some white,
Yeah,
white bread and cheese. But I don't,
that's a lot of loaves of bread,
I
that's
know.
a lot of cheese.
and that's all donated by Market Fresh too. So all those products are, yeah, that's whole
Thank you
thing.
very much to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it's a real cool community event where, like you said, people come back, that went to high school here, went to school here. And, one of my friends, Don Martinson, I don't know if you ever, he's from Toledo.
Okay.
And, he's been back many times.
Yeah.
To see old friends and stuff like that. Street dance, what do you know about the street dance?
Well, Dawn's has a street dance, so
Okay.
she actually takes out that in front of the bank. That gets closed down, she turns that into a street dance.
Okay.
And then the new Mexican restaurant also has plans for a dance there too.
Yeah, now did that change owners?
It did, so yeah, Chinese moved back to Morton.
Okay.
Yeah, so they took over the restaurant there, but
Now, here's a bit of history. Is that the old landing building?
it is, yeah.
Yeah, so my dad.
You had some fun there, didn't you? I
I
can
did.
tell.
I was a little kid.
Okay.
My parents did. My dad played music forever.
Oh, cool.
And so he played the landing many times. Tells stories about he would. How would this work? I think is how it worked out. Is he was playing, and it was late at night, and he was a huge fisherman.
Oh, yeah.
So just nuts on fishing. So he would actually. They'd make him a little bit of a lunch, and then he'd go up and catch fish, come back, and here's a salmon.
That's hilarious.
So, but that's, I heard many stories about.
You just park his
the
truck in the
landing.
parking lot and then just like take it fishing.
Did you ever hit the landing, or?
No, I was too young to.
Yeah.
One thing I can say, I was too young.
I'm not sure how many stories we could actually tell on the Mohney show about the landing.
That's right. We'll never
Okay,
get to
so
that.
there's that, and when does everything start? I mean, does it start? Is the Big Cheese Social, is that the total kickoff?
That's the total kickoff.
Okay.
Yep,
What-
exactly.
I'm
yeah.
not familiar, so what happens there?
Yeah, so this year's a little bit different. We've had it in the past, we've had it in a different building, but we do have a lot of good cheeses this year.
Oh,
And
so there's more than one.
yeah, there's more. Yeah, so,
Okay.
and the Buzzwalls are extremely well known, and they're pretty much related to everybody around here, so we knew we were going to have a big event this year. So it's actually at our park, our city park. So, and we have some music performing afterwards, so we're super excited for that. The Paula Burrell's team is donating all the food, so there's 250 tickets that went out for free food.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's Bonanza Barbecue is doing all the barbecuing. So
There's really actually a lot of stuff going on Thursday.
yeah, there really is, yeah. And then Thursday, there'll be the start of the garage sales. I mean, you can go just up and down the streets and you'll have a ton of garage sales. So if you're a garage sale person, you're definitely going to want to be here Friday morning and start going through the garage sales.
I'll make a note of that.
Yeah.
I'm a big, we like garage sales, don't we?
Yeah. She's like, oh yeah.
My producer back there. Frog jumping contest, oh
Yes.
boy.
Yeah.
That
That is not around too much. You don't see that very much. But
No.
yeah. So we have a group of volunteers who go out and catch frogs.
Are these like big bull
These
frogs?
are big
Wow,
frogs.
okay.
Yeah, like you're holding them and they're big, yeah. It's so
Yeah.
much fun to watch, and it's great to take pictures and be like taking pictures. Get down there and take that picture of that frog jumping. There's like 3 different rings they have, and they kind of take the center and they just measure around. And of course, the kids don't touch the frogs, but they get to try to get the frogs to go, and it is adorable. And we usually have like a couple hundred kids. I mean, it is huge. Then we have
First place is $15.
I know, it's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Third place $5. $1 per frog per race.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of our guy that actually Paul that he's the boss of the Eli Sports Network and the Mohney Show. When he was a kid, they gathered frogs in the neighborhood and they had frog acres.
Oh, geez, that's
So
great.
frog
Yes,
acres.
yeah.
I thought I'd bring that up.
That's hilarious,
Kind of
yeah.
a funny story, I guess you could say. Okay, so Music in the Street, that's on Friday night. That starts at 8 o'clock. And then again, you got music, street dance on Saturday as well.
Yeah.
Tennis tournament, a coloring contest, car show. That's a good-sized car show, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's close to 3. We usually have about 300 cars at the car show. So yeah, we pile them in there up at the middle school. It's on grass, so people really love the car show here. We give out at least 100 trophies. So people love that.
And oh man, so
Yeah.
you can also contact Farmers Insurance for more information.
Yeah, I'm actually the sponsor this year of the car show.
It's just gonna be so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the weather is just gonna be outstanding
It
this
is,
year.
yeah.
I mean,
It's gonna be a little warm, so people really need to
yeah.
bring some hydration,
I mean, there's
bring
been-
the water.
There's been maybe a couple of times here and there that it has rained, hasn't it?
I can't even remember the last time. We had, maybe like 5 years ago,
Yeah.
it was raining in Centralia. It was raining in Longview, but there was
Wasn't
no
raining.
rain in Toledo. It did kind of dampen the car show a little bit, because people that in those areas like, oh, it's gonna rain in Toledo, but there's like seriously no rain in Toledo. So
Yeah, this is like the driest time of the whole year.
Yeah.
For us here in
Yeah.
Western Washington.
Mhm.
Lions Club barbecue beef, barbecue. So noon to
Sunday.
2.
Mhm.
What do you know about that?
Yeah. So, yeah, we have a big barbecue pit down there at the park, so the Lions will
Okay.
get the meat and they serve people there. I don't know how much it is now, like $20 or something like that.
Let's see.
You get a good meal. Part of that goes, of course, to the Lions Club. And they have a beef auction after that. So if they have anything left, they auction it off, which people really like.
Is it really only $8?
Well, that's
So
what it
menu
says.
includes barbecue beef, baked beans, coleslaw, garlic bread, watermelon, and beverages. Bring your own chair, $8.
Yeah, I think we've raised it to $8. Yeah, I don't think it's that much. It could be $8. Yeah, it's not really like we're not trying to get a lot of money out of people. It's just more for the community,
Right.
And that's another way, the older generation gets to come down there and see a lot of their friends they haven't seen in a while. And it's very relaxed. People are tired from Saturday, so everyone's just kind of hanging out and having a meal together, and it's really nice.
Yeah, it sounds like, it's just a great community event.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about, living here in Lewis County. we all have these little communities, and
Yes.
it's neat that everybody kind of celebrates during the summertime.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so-
Plenty
and then
to do, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's just fun. We thank you for allowing us to come into your
Yeah, of course.
nice,
Well,
what do we
it's
have,
been
70, I guess we're at 75, it's like a 90 outside right now, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a great time this weekend.
you.
And that's it
Sure,
for the
have a
Mohney
lot.
Show for this
Appreciate
segment.
it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you bet.
Oh man, it is a hot one here in Toledo. We're bouncing around town, and now we're over at Donna's place for the Mohney Show today. Donna, thanks for coming out and talking with us. So, big doings this weekend. Things get underway on Thursday with the big cheeses. Now, we were just talking about that inside the restaurant. Give us an idea of the ages of the big cheeses. This is a huge deal, isn't it?
So the big cheeses this year are Don Sr., who is 102 in August. His 4 boys are also included in the big cheese, which is Don Jr., then there's Carl, Guy, and Alan are the 4 boys. So they're all included in big cheese. So they'll be in our
4
parade.
big cheeses.
There'll be a big party down there on Thursday night, announcing dinner for them. In fact, this gentleman right here is putting on the barbecue. This is Dan from Bonanza Barbecue.
There we go.
And he's the one that's doing the dinner for the big cheeses.
Yeah. So we're with the Mohney Show right now. You're actually on. You're in the video right now as well. So tell us how we'll cut away from Donna for a second, but tell us how you're involved in Toledo with Cheese Days.
I run the Tuesday whole program.
Okay, the whole thing.
Yeah. The
Oh,
parade,
man.
the car show.
You got the right guy.
Good timing, Dan.
Totally lucked into
Yeah.
the right guy here.
Yeah.
We've got everybody here. So now, what time's the car show start?
Car show, people start usually showing up at 5:30 in the morning.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so hot, such a beautiful day.
Oh yeah, but the good thing about our car show is it's on grass, so it's not like sitting on asphalt like part of the car show.
Yeah.
So it makes it nice and pretty there.
And motorcycle shows too, right?
Yes, yep.
So how many cars do you think you're gonna get this year?
Cars and motorcycle, well, we had 340 last year,
Okay.
and we're hoping to try to hit 400.
Now, can people just show up the day of and get signed up, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're pretty easy.
Good. Glad to hear that. Parade gets underway at 11 o'clock. What can you tell me about the parade?
Well, it's going to be big this year because it's an election year for a lot of things. So we're going to have quite a few politicians. In fact, Dave, what's that Dave's last name? Running for governor. He's going to be here.
Right. Okay.
He's going to be in the parade, and he's going to have a booth with Dave Harper.
Very
So,
cool. Okay.
yeah, Dave's going to be here.
Wow, that's cool.
And so we figured there's going to be about 100 in the parade. That starts at 11, and you do have to fill out a form online to turn it in before then.
Okay.
So
And now, barbecue. So he's in charge of the barbecue.
Down at the park on Thursdays for the
Thursday,
celebration
yeah.
of the big cheeses.
Okay.
yeah, I
so
own a company called Bonanza Barbecue.
there we go.
So
Tell us
yeah.
about Bonanza Barbecue.
Well, Bonanza Barbecue, we've been around for 15, 20 years, I guess, just doing catering.
Okay.
So we've been doing barbecue I've been doing barbecue for over 40 years. So
Well, I've heard all kinds of wonderful things about it.
thank you.
So
We
that's
worked hard
really
to get
cool.
there, we got our own recipes, everything starts from scratch, just like Donna does. And so,
But this is fantastic. I get to run into both of you.
this is a really good place.
So you're heading in.
Yeah.
We'll continue to talk with Donna. Tell us about the street dance. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good seeing you.
We got the street dance coming up on Friday. Who's
Chris Gunther is on Friday night.
Okay.
He starts playing at 8 o'clock. We block off the street. It's all corralled in. We have a beer garden outside.
Nice.
We have a bar outside. Kind of helps with keeping everything from getting overcrowded inside. We'll bring it outside. There's a way in the door, and then there's a way out to the beer garden.
Okay.
And then the music will be set up at this end of the street, so it blurs that way,
Okay.
not into our neighborhood, which everybody likes up there.
Yeah, exactly.
I do rent a tent. This is all tented in, along with crowds, so you can get out of the sun. We do tables out there. We do a specialty menu for dinner.
Okay.
We also do prime rib on Friday night. We don't do it on Saturday night, but Friday night we do a prime rib dinner, but it's by reservation only.
Okay.
That way we know how much to cook.
Say
And,
so. Make the
yeah.
reservations, come out and have dinner, and then enjoy great live music from
Uh-huh.
Chris Gunther. How long does Chris play on?
He plays from 8 till 11.
Okay.
Sometimes he'll stay till midnight if we give him enough claps. He's a
There you
super great guy.
Oh, absolutely.
And so much fun to be around. And then Saturday night we have Pat Murphy and his band. And this is the first time they've been here. I've been trying to get Pat for a long time, so this is his first adventure down here.
So I hear just wonderful things about him and his band.
Yeah, I do too. I'm excited, and there's a lot of people that have been asking me to get him here.
Okay.
usually on cheese days. I've had Chris Gunther here for the last 4 years, I believe.
Yeah.
Took me 3 years to get him here. Once I get him here, then I book him for the next year.
Exactly.
So that's the way to do it. Just book him the year before, and then he comes back every year. He always helps me out.
So Pat here starts at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock also on Saturday.
Do those guys play a little bit longer on Saturday night? Or?
Well, he says he'll play till 11, but again, you don't know what's going to happen.
You never know.
You know, if it gets wild and crazy and people want more of him, maybe he'll stay a little longer.
Oh, good. Well,
Yeah.
I would imagine it's going to be with such a beautiful weekend and just.
Weather's finally cooling off a little bit
Yeah,
this weekend.
exactly.
That'll help.
It's not going to be like, I think it was like 80 degrees last night at 10:30 or
Yes,
something.
it was crazy.
But I'm not complaining at all. So. You have a wonderful place.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for being on the Mohney Show with us. And yeah, just have
I've been here for 7 years. I worked for the previous owner before I bought the place. I bought it the year COVID hit.
Oh gosh.
I had leased it from her before then. But we did fantastic. The town's very, very supportive and really helps us out a lot. And I love the little town. I grew up in Wyoming, a very small town.
No,
So moved here from Vegas.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so I'm back in small town, and as I said, people are wonderful here, and they're just great.
Yeah.
You saw the crew that carry groceries in?
Yep.
Those are customers
That's nice.
that all help carry my stuff in, so it's really nice.
Yeah, there was like a big parade of
it was nice. I didn't have to do
I was
it.
going to say, yeah, don't look a gift horse in the mouth,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
Well,
So-
yeah, we really appreciate you coming out.
Thank
and
you.
talking to us.
Well, it's fun. If you get a chance to come back on Thursday night to get down to the park,
Uh-huh.
that's when they're going to do music in the park.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The big cheeses will be there. It's a dinner, and then they'll do music in the park afterwards also. And I'm donating some food, and it's 250 people that are going to be there. So I'm doing salads and rolls for 250. Dan's doing the barbecue. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, no, thank
it's
you.
It's good to meet you.
You too. Thanks for coming in.
Back with our exciting summertime edition of the Mohney Show.
Yeah.
Boy.
Busy times.
It is a busy time. Also, I did want to mention that Point S Centralia OK Tire is having their sizzling summer tire sale. Say that.
Sizzling summer tire sale at Point S.
The sizzling summer tire sale. And it's on right now through July 20th. You can save up to $200 on 4 different brands of tires.
Okay, I like it.
I got a tire right here. I'm not sure if I'll get a rebate. You can save on Falcon tires, Hankook tires, Nokian, and Nexen tires. And they've got all the information at Centralia Point S Tire and Auto on Harrison Avenue.
All right.
In Centralia.
S,
There we go. Okay, so we're heading down to Toledo, but man, there's a lot of stuff going on. So Thursday, you get things underway. They will have, where did that go? So Thursday, it's the big Brie. They're having their at the park. They're having the big cheeses there.
Big Cheese Social.
The Big Cheese Social. I thought I had it right here. Let me grab the official cheese days.
And it's a little different this year because if you remember from our from talking with people, there are 5 big cheeses this year.
So here we go. Toast the 2024 Big Cheeses, 6 p.m. Music by Dakota Robinson, or Robbins rather, and Ellie Buzzard. Dinner by Bonanza Barbecue, and we'll talk with Bonanza here in a couple of minutes, and all kinds of other stuff. But it's a big barbecue, and the 4 big cheeses will be at this barbecue.
Okay.
5.
Now,
5. Oh, there's 5. There's
5 big cheeses.
Okay, so and let me scroll ahead. That's what we all say.
Yeah.
Okay, so Don Buswell, born 1922 in a farmhouse south of Toledo. That would make him, this is going to be his 102nd birthday, isn't it?
Yep. This next month, yeah.
Yeah, but they're having the celebration on Thursday, right before Toledo Cheese Days. Anyway, we went down to Cheese Days. Well, not yet, but we went down to Toledo.
Yeah.
And we had
the preparations.
We had a chance to talk with some of the folks that put the event on, and we just had a wonderful time down there. It was yesterday, and man, was it hot, Paul.
Oh, I bet.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was like 11 o'clock in the morning.
You know, had cheese days been this last weekend, they could have fried them up right there on the sidewalk.
Grilled cheese sandwiches for everybody, and you just set them out.
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
bake in the sun. So it's like during the parade that starts at 11 o'clock on Saturday. if you're throwing chocolate out the window, I mean, still, even in the 80s, it's going to be all deformed.
But boy, are we settling into a nice weather pattern for all of these events. Just perfect. Low to mid 80s looks like for the next 7-8 days.
Yeah, I mean, I just checked the forecast, and it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go ahead and head down. And so this is what it was like yesterday as we kind of walked around downtown Toledo with the Mohney Show. We had a great time in downtown Toledo.
Looks like it.
Again, that was yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, it was hot, but thanks to the folks that took the time to talk with us and kind of get a preview of what's going on. Man, big time fun down there. The barbecue, there's another barbecue. There's one on Thursday night, but the big barbecue is at Market Fresh. That's from noon until 5. Paul, you ready for this?
Yes.
Oh, this makes my mouth water. Featuring baby back ribs, corn on the cob.
Mm-hmm.
There's a side salad. You get the roll, all for $9.99. And that's sponsored by the Toledo Market Fresh folks. And they set everything up outside. They've got their big tents that you sit under, and they've got the gigantic barbecues going.
Yeah.
And you can smell it clear down by the river.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good.
Good stuff.
Music in the street right in front of Donna's place. And that starts at 8 o'clock both. We had a great time walking around talking to different folks in downtown Toledo. That was on Tuesday afternoon. Actually, it was before the noontime, and it was smoking down there. Boy, it was starting to really get hot. And I had my producer with me, Bree Gouda Munster.
Yes.
So
can confirm it was way too hot. For that early in the morning. It's terrible.
Now we named her those. So Bree's the first name,
Yep.
Gouda.
Middle name.
Yeah, and then Munster's the last name.
Or it could be two last names.
Oh, you know what?
Hyphen.
Here's what we'll do. I want you to name in 5 seconds how many cheeses you can think of. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, ready, go.
Kraft, Tillamook, Bob's.
Yeah.
That's 5 seconds.
Okay.
I don't know.
That was great. Kraft. Yeah, I love that. Oh, Darigold.
Darigold.
Darigold's the one you missed.
Yes. Select.
Wait, we want to throw Lucerne in there while we're at it too?
No, we were talking about kinds of cheeses. So brie, feta, American, cheddar, pepper jack. You've got ricotta, Parmesan cheese, Munster, Gouda.
Yeah.
Gouda, mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Does nacho cheese, is that?
That's a cheese sauce.
I know that's a cheese sauce, isn't it? Roquefort.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Blue cheese.
That's kind of stinky, isn't it? Havarti. Do you like Havarti?
I don't know what it is.
You don't know what Havarti is?
Yeah, it's a soft white cheese.
It's a soft one.
Good. Yeah.
Colby cheese, blue cheese, and here's one that I hate: goat cheese.
Oh, yeah, goat cheese.
Anyway, different.
Did you
types
say
of
cottage?
I don't think cottage cheese is a cheese, is it?
Don't you discriminate against cottage cheese.
Oh, wow. You fired up Brie over there.
Boy, oh
Wow,
boy. Yeah, with
geez.
a name like
Opportunity for
Brie.
cheese.
Yeah, she's
Except
not.
for blue cheese. Blue
she's
cheese
not-
can get the hell
yes.
out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you don't like blue cheese dressing at all?
Head cheese.
Nah, that's just.
Is that
You know,
cheese
there-
actually cheese?
There are so many cheeses.
Yeah.
You know,
What is
I'll tell you-
Limburger, right? That's the
Yeah.
really stinky one.
Yeah, and I'll tell you who has a fantastic selection of cheese is one of our new sponsors for Music in the Park and Beyond is Grocery Outlet in the Twin City Town Center. If you're looking for cheese, they have what you want. In fact, they have a brand new aisle, or it's an island that is stocked with any kind of like cheeses you would want for a dinner party or something.
Okay.
I was just eating cheese from Grocery Outlet last night.
Yes.
They sell fresh mozzarella
Yes.
in snack packs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Mhm.
some in the container, and it's got the oil stuff in it. Ooh, that's good stuff too. Anyway, back to cheese days. Lots of stuff going on. Don't miss the big street dance. Donna closes the street right in front of her there,
Yeah.
and you've got music on Friday and Saturday night. So
And the big parade, of course.
and the big parade on
Yeah.
Saturday, the barbecue, and the car show. The list goes on and on. The Toledo Lions have all the information on their website.
There you go.
So check that out. We're back with final comments on the Mohney Show right after this. And we're back on the Mohney Show. It's our summertime edition, Paul.
I'm exhausted.
I was going to say, a lot of stuff going on, man. Boy, we've got stuff going on this weekend. You've got stuff going on this weekend. And thanks for everyone for joining us. And it was really, again, a pleasure to go down to Toledo and talk with folks down there. Final thoughts on Ron Brown. Give us the information on the memorial again.
And the memorial is going to be on July 27th, Saturday at the high school at 1:00. And again, our story's up, EliSportsNetwork.com. And there's a link if you want to contribute some thoughts. Send them to me and I'll post them up there. But, there are a ton of other things happening this weekend. Well, the one thing it is STP weekend.
Yes,
right?
it is
It
STP
is.
weekend.
It
You know
is.
what? We did not add that to the What Makes Us Mad list.
You know what? These are final thoughts. That they pop into
It's good. It's a good event.
it's
But
great. Yeah.
it's one of those events that locals hate it because we're not writing in it, and but it's a good thing.
I know a couple of people that have written in it. Brad Newberry has written in that thing before,
Yeah.
one of my friends. And I don't know how you do it because, I get on my bike with a special seat. And, if I'm riding down a trail about 25 feet into it,
Yeah.
I'm screaming at somebody, my ass hurts.
Well, and my problem is because I have one of those big 3-wheelers.
Right.
And then I have training wheels on those, just so I don't fall over.
Right.
And so I'm too wide. I can't get on a lot of the paths. But one other thing I want to mention as well is Sunday at Emerald Downs.
Yes.
Is the corgi races.
Oh, this is
There'll be over 100 corgis have signed up to race.
Really?
And so they'll do them in, 4 or 5 different races, and they'll pare it down to a final heat. There'll be 10,000 people that'll show up. This place is going to be packed. It's one of the biggest events of the year. And people love to come out to see the corgis race in between the horse races. So that's a fun thing if you don't have anything else to do.
And I was reading your information from last week. Man, you guys had 9 or 10,000 people.
Well, they had 9,000 people there for their July 3rd fireworks. That's an event I actually started with the former marketing director, Ben Canberra, when I was working there in 1997. And we had a lot of people upset because fireworks and horses don't mix.
Not really.
And they don't. But we made a lot of accommodations and made it work, and they've done it every year since.
Nice.
I was laughed at in my manager's meeting when they asked me how many people I thought were going to show up.
And you said?
I said about 15,000.
Yeah.
And they laughed at me because it was a Friday night and we're averaging about 4,000 people.
Yeah.
I said, whether they come early or late, this place is going to be packed. I think it was 18,000 that were there. We had Jody Messina. At that time, Young Country was still a station.
Yeah.
They brought her out to perform, and she had just come off of 2 number-1 hits by the time they signed her in January, and by the time that she performed in July, she had 2 number-1 hits.
You lucked out on that one.
That worked. Well, the other one, we couldn't get them a flight back to the 4th to Colorado, but the first one they had lined up were the Dixie Chicks.
Oh man. And
they couldn't get them back to where they needed to be on the 4th in time. So that fell through. Jody was next. She was great. All of the security, everyone then after that came up. Do you really think there's going to be? I go, yes. And then State Patrol.
That's a lot of people.
They guessed about 50,000 people had gathered around the track to watch. Because number 1 was on the 3rd. We did it on the 3rd because we wanted people to be home with their families on the 4th. And so that tradition is carried on. It was another big night. So,
well, it's evident really with all the small towns in Lewis County as well.
Yeah.
These fireworks shows, they draw
They draw a lot. Hey, so do the ones in downtown Centralia, the unofficial ones.
Say, boy. Yeah, you cannot buy any fireworks at all and just look up at the sky.
We haven't bought fireworks in 10 years, and we got so many fireworks around us. And I'm just going to say this. This is one of the reasons I like this area. You can't light off a snake in some of these cities anymore, right? Oh, it's a firework. Oh, everything is banned. The Centralia Police, we don't go anywhere. We just stay at home.
Yeah.
I haven't been anywhere on the 4th of July in years. And we'll see Centralia Police will drive by. They'll wave, say, stay safe.
Yeah.
And we have families and communities that are literally out in the public streets blowing off these massive fireworks. And by the next day, clean as a whistle.
Yeah,
they have
good.
cleaned everything up.
Yeah, I'm still trying to clean some stuff out of the front yard. Yeah, out there, my hands and knees. It was a good
Snake ashes.
I thought it was a good idea to get those little round smoke balls.
Oh.
I think I can suck them up with a lawnmower. Paul, thanks for being here today.
You got it.
Appreciate it. And everybody have a wonderful summer week. If you're heading out to Toledo, have a good time out there. There's so much more coming. We've got stuff on the 20th that we'll talk about. Napa Vine Fun Time Festival. Adden is going to be cooking stuff up out there as well.
Of course, Music in the Park
Yes,
on the 19th to get started.
Yeah, so just tons of stuff. We will be back next week with the Mohney Show. Thanks for being here.
You are your shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see that you can truly be. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
Just